In this tutorial, I will show how to customize and create windows. To do that, we need to go to the library. We can access the library on this icon or go to the library on the top bar, click on the window. A window consists of glazing system that we have possibility of creating by your own. A shading system, there is some default ones. Here we again have possibility of customized shading system as well. For the frames we have the same option, but for the glass we don't have this option of creating specific glass. This is maybe also a little bit detailed to go into creating glass, and as you can see here, this library is quite a huge one. It should be possible to find the specific glass you want to use. Or you have the option of importing from window. This is another software from the same developer as COMFEN, but with a less nice interface, and this is quite rough to go into this. So I recommend just use what there is in the default library of glass. That should be the type you need, as well as the gas. There's different types of gas, so this should be probably the most conditions for these types. So a window consists of all these 5 sub elements, and if we should try to create a glazing system, then we go to glazing system, new. In here we can choose a material by select, and then we need, if we want to have double glazed system, we should have some gas in between. Go to the other tab, choosing maybe argon, select, going back to glass and maybe choosing another glass type, select. It is only the gas we can change the width of. We could change this to 15 millimeters instead. And to calculate properties that we need, we go down here, calculating by using Windows 6 that I just showed you, and giving a logical name. Could call it glazing test 1, calculate. And then we have the result back, and we can see down here we have the visibility transmittance, we have the solar heat gain coefficient and the U factor, as well as the thickness. And we want to save this. We could also create a new shading system by going to new. In here we have different kind of shading types. Shade, that is related to a geometry. Screen, that could be some kind of a fabric or a Venetian blind. For this different detailed information we need to fill in to create a Venetian blind, as well as different kind of shading controls. There's a lot actually, but you can go in and read more specific about these in the user manual. There's written what this does and how it works. And last, you could also specify if it's a fixed slate angle or it's a slate that moves with the sunbeams, or if it interior, exterior, or in between the glass. And of course you need to give it a name, and of course you need to fill out the detailed information before you can save it, and save. And we could also create new frames. New, call it wood, 75 millimeters perhaps. Here you have the possibility of specifying the source. In this case this is customized, so we're using generic. The U factor, we could just use the same as the other one up here. You could also get this information from a product manufacturer. And of course the height of the frame, in this case 75. You could also choose a color. Leave this to 0.9 as default if you don't know the exact absorptivity. Great. Now we have created a new glazing system, shading system, a new frame. For the glass and gas, we couldn't create new ones in here. So we go into window. Here we can create a new one. First, a name. We can specify a default height and width, and setback, that's the inset from the exterior wall surface. Could say 0.1. For the glazing system, we could choose the window we just created, glazing test 1, select, and here we have the different properties. For the frame, we could choose our wood 75 millimeters, select, and for the shading system we could as well choosing that we have created. So here we actually can see the specification I just made earlier, and just a summary. When we are pressing save, we create a new window, window test 1, and to end the library we press done.